Oh my god, the AC went out as soon as I unmuted. It was fate. It was fate. Hi everyone. How are all of you? I'm glad the AC went out, but it's going to come back in like a minute. Cause it's hot in here. It's hot in here. Hi. I see a Partly. I see a Thomas. Yeah, I got that Hummer commercial too. I said that in chat. You knew that. I didn't need to say that out loud. Wasn't that such a good remix? Don't you just love corporations? This is why socialism is good. Oh! Oh, that's a bading. And that was... Why did I hear that this time? But last time there was an alert. Last stream I didn't hear anything. Okay, that's a little bizarre, but thank you for the host, Partly. Appreciated, as always. Are you a gender terrorist? Well, different people have different... I saw the thing you retweeted. Did gender terrorist there just mean, like, trans-friendly? Or specifically being trans? I don't know. People might have different tiers of gender terrorism. Where do I need to go? I need to lower my volume a smidge. Yeah. Who said that? I don't remember who said that, but she's referring to a tweet where someone said that, oh, I don't even remember the specific thing. No idea. That's fair. It was something about Animal Crossing and like including like, oh, I'm just gonna find it again. Hold on. I was busy when I looked at it. I, for one, accept the new label. I am a gender terrorist. There's the thing in chat. Let me take a look at it again. Isn't it good to send things when you don't know what it actually contains? Gender was removed due to LGBTQ pressure. Okay, is that just referring to the fact that you can change your gender in the game at will? Gender isn't non-existent in the game. Sure. Anyway. I'm gonna play a video game. We're talking about unrelated things. They dropped the gay bomb. Do you fellas want to watch me play Xenoblade the Chronicles? I certainly would like to play Xenoblade the Chronicles. Which is a real thing, I might add. It's style in the game. Oh yeah, it's just a thing you can change in your... What is attacking me? It's gone. There was a warning for a second, and the music started playing. Cool. Welcome back to McConis Field. We're crawling up the McConis in hopes of getting to the head, so we can kill Egil, the leader of the Mechon. That's what's happening. Remarkably simple explanation for now. Let's go forward. Last time we did lots and lots of quests. Too many quests. I'm gonna come out and say it. Too many quests. But this time, we're gonna zoom forward and make some actual story progress. But first I gotta jump on the other side of this escalator to grab the items on the other side. This is important. Gay bomb, which is a real thing I might add. Yeah, I was gonna ask. I got a tweet. Wouldn't it be funny if I made a Twitter joke? No, it wouldn't, so I'm not going to. Supposed to release hormones in the air that were so strong, soldiers would just want to drop everything and fuck each other. Don't threaten me with a good time. What's the purpose of that? Like, is that just straight up you end the fight by distracting them with horny? Is that the idea? Whoa. I didn't see that first quest. It just kind of showed up. I was trying to use an art. Requested by story quest. To connect the power plug to the high velocity lift, you need to supply power to the high velocity lift panel. Use the supply panels to supply power in 2 different areas. Okay. So to go up, I need to activate the panels that are needed to activate the lift. Cool. I'm okay with this. This should be fine. Oh, that was a waste of a Blossom Dance. Can I have hormones so strong to make me not dysphoric? Basically, yeah. I'm so glad that exists. Was supposed to. Are you implying that that there was some scientific flaw in this? Because I don't believe you. What kept this from being a completely real thing? Whoa. Melia did good there, and then that multiplier's gonna kill that. That was a good chain attack.
Good job, everyone.
Was that a little too much?
Oh. G. Thank you. Getting hold of them on Turf Island. That's a good fucking name for it. Somehow haven't heard that one. Grunt. Onion. Onion. Revolutionary Bifrons. Was the first quest it gave me that? I didn't go back and check what I needed. Okay, need power. Provide power to the high velocity lift panel. Okay, this is another one where it's just one quest split into 2 for some reason. Monster quest. Defeat 3 Trick Mechon. Defeat Revolutionary Bifrons. Okay. So someone did request that I kill this unique monster. Which will probably be scary. And does have a spike. Let's get this one out of the way first, if possible. Nope. Okay. It's in. That's fine. I'm sure we'll be perfectly okay. Okay, that one went down quickly. Let's do a Bifrons. Let's do a bit. Oh, I'm toppled. And dead. Thank you, Ricky. Appreciate it. Well, clearly Dunban's agility is not making him dodge all of these. Which is a little unfortunate. Maybe I need to just sit and let Ricky take the hits for a bit. There's a party with 2 tanks. Oh god. No, do not attack Melia. This would be bad. However, this battle's over. I'm dead and there's not enough in the party gauge to help me. Wow, that was bad. That was remarkably terrible. Might need to switch some fellas out for that one. I'll take Shulk. I think Shulk, Ricky, and Ryan would be... Ryan's HP is... How is Ryan's HP all 9s? When did that happen? How did I not see that? Ryan's HP is higher than Ricky's. I wonder what's specifically doing that, because that's definitely not true in terms of base HP. But Ryan has what looks like max possible HP. He's 9-year-old. Ryan Tim. Now it's Ryan time. That's how 9-year-olds sound. Oh god, that took both of them. I was specifically trying to only get the one. That's fine. It's been a long time since I've used Ryan. Let's hope this is a good thing. And that he's actually way more useful than I gave him credit for up to this point. Once I got Dunban, I kind of just started using him as my tank. Okay, I don't have time to prevent that, unfortunately. Better that Ryan take the hit, though. Oh god. Okay, but if I use Monado Purge, I should theoretically get rid of the spike, and then this will be a lot easier. That's why I put Shulk in the party. It's because I can get rid of the enemy's spike that way. Sure, let's warn Ricky. That's not quite what I intended to do, but let's try and heal Ryan before this happens. I mean, this is going a lot better. It doesn't feel good, but... Oh, we're dead. We're both dead. Me and Ryan. Ricky, it's up to you. I'm dead again. Did you see that? Ricky brought me back to life, and then I died again in one hit. Okay, but we came really close. That one's definitely a doable fight. Am I a little off-center in the camera? Or am I too centered? Should I move, like, either way? Looks like I might need to be more on this side, but I can't see it full screen. It's in a very small box on my end, so I can't specifically tell if I should change anything. Can we do this time? Can we be a success?
Right, let's do this.
Okay, Purge did get rid of it. Let's work on this for a second, and then I'm gonna switch to the other one. Can we get rid of the small one? Can we get rid of the weak boy? We're like 6 levels ahead of him. Oh god, I'm gonna die. Who's trying to attack me? Is that the other one? Yeah. Oh god. Okay, I guess I should have Ricky heal me during this chain attack. Not quite what I wanted.
Ricky, it's your turn.
Here, Ricky, go. No, be slow, Ryan.
Yo. Sword drive.
That's kind of pitiful in terms of damage output, but I did have to use a turn for healing. One more hit and Shulk goes down. This is not going very well, specifically because of the spike. Every hit I deal on it, it deals damage back. But hopefully, okay, that backslash looks like it's gonna kill it. Is it pausing right before its death? There we go. Okay, we did that. Cool, good and good also. Mostly good. Got a good amount of stuff from it too. I'm wondering what's the quest marker on that other side. But first, we should activate this supply panel. Defensive onion. Let me pause for a second. Let me exit studio mode just to see. Am I positioned where I should be? Yes, okay, it looked like the camera positioning was wrong and off and bad, and it's fine. No, I didn't mean to switch to that. I meant to enter studio mode. Listen, I'm good at streams. Sonic Forces released 3 years ago today. Damn. Yeah, it was 2017, wasn't it? Meaning it's been, it's been a long time since we got a mainline Sonic then. Huh. Still extremely curious, as is everyone, extremely curious what in God's name they're gonna do for the big 2021 project, or the big 2020 project they had to put on hold because of the pandemic. When did you email? This is going back to a thing Thomas sent a bit ago. Still no response from a sociology teacher. When did you message him?
We win! Let's not lose our heads, though.
Not bad, not bad.
Oh, I didn't do anything between streams because I keep forgetting to, and honestly, like, I'm doing fine regardless of the armor I'm wearing and the gems I have. So I've just kind of been like, yeah, I'll do gem crafting and armor switching another time. I am consistently unable to pick up materials for gem crafting. You wanted them yesterday early in the morning. I mean, I don't blame him for not getting back to you on the weekend. I mean, yeah, yesterday was Friday. Probably should have gotten back to you during the business hour, but yeah, I know at least for me personally, if I were a professor, I would absolutely be the type that, unless the thing was extremely urgent, I would probably not answer emails on the weekend. Wasn't business hour for him. Okay. So I'll probably get back to you on Monday then. ACC doesn't have oh, okay. In that case, I assume that's why. They'll probably get back to you on Monday. I forgot ACC did not have Friday class. Okay, now we're just gonna do the same thing, but south instead of north. Right down to there being a quest marker in the same spot that same symmetrical counterpart to where we fought that unique monster a second ago. Viola, there's Moist again. Forgot about that one. Okay, let's kill this trick.
The enemy's weak, but don't drop your guard. This won't take long.
This won't take long, Ryan says, as we go into a fight with 3 enemies. Suddenly realizing I missed Ryan a lot. I've said a couple times that I missed being able to use Ryan because he was kind of superseded by Dunban. No, I just really haven't been giving him the time of day. I apologize, buddy.
Ricky, it's your turn.
Leave it to Hero Pod. Be slow, Ryan.
I know.
Alright, that's down. Baby, for some reason my parents are ordering me into the room to watch Joe Biden speak. Yeah. Okay. Compulsory Biden hours. I assume it's just talk about he's giving a speech about the election results. Do share once you're back. Oh, Dogmo wants to fight. Weird champ. Yeah, I forgot. Ryan has an art that dazes enemies, and so does Shulk. So with Ryan and Shulk together, we can keep an enemy on the ground for a long time, which is nice. I appreciate that. Okay, what is that? Infernal Crossel? Crossel. Crocell. Crossel. Oh, fucking hell. Okay. Get listening to the speech, but like being forced to? Yeah, I don't. It can wait. Oh, no, I don't want to do this. Actually, I mean, the Monado arts would have counted as the talent art. That would have contributed to the chain. It's all about maximizing maximizing damage with the multiplier. Well, that went really well. Okay, that went down a lot easier than most unique monsters, but particularly the one on the other side. I think that one was a level or two behind the other one, though. Viola. That's a black label, so that's not gonna... That one's not aggressive anymore. Like how I did enough quests that there are... that a decent amount of the enemies here just no longer wish to attack me. Because I leveled up twice in the last stream, I think.
The enemy's weak, but don't drop your guard. This won't take long. We can definitely do this.
Feel bash. What is a feel bash? Okay, that's down. So this quest is finished. Now we simply need to take care of this onion. Yeah, no, we can... With me and Ryan combined, we can basically multiply the usual topple times 4, which is really good. I hadn't considered that. Like, of course Shulk and Ryan work well together. Like, that's kind of the point. He's there to draw the attention off of Shulk so that Shulk can attack from the back. But now that they both have Days Arts, that's a really good combo. Well, that went down. Oh my god, can we get both of them? Okay, we almost were able to kill both of those in the same chain attack. I mean, that was a phenomenal chain attack. Either way. But it would have been more epic if we were able to kill them both in the same go. Offensive honey. My honey's pretty offensive if you know what I mean. I hate my wife. Laugh at the wife joke. Okay. Same story here. That's not gonna attack me. Honestly, it was real nice to do a stream just entirely filled with quests, because it is we are kind of coasting along a lot better than we were getting through this place earlier. Okay, so both of those are activated, and now we can access the lift. Curious how close we are to another big story moment. Like, will this just take me to another floor? Or am I gonna be dumped directly into a cutscene? Gotta say, there's not a lot of NPCs to interact with here or anything, and not a lot of quests compared to a lot of other areas, but I really like Maconis Field. This is just nice. The gameplay loop in Xenoblade is, I think, really strong. The game is kind of just built around doing the same sorts of fights over and over and over, but they still feel real nice. They feel real nice. The gameplay, like you don't have to do all the quests, but if you choose to do all the quests, like, the game can get extremely repetitive really fast. But the loop is satisfying enough that it doesn't really get boring. At least I wouldn't say. even going back to earlier places where you're no longer challenged, it's always really satisfying to complete. It's satisfying to complete quests in a place that you're long past, where you're like 40 levels ahead of everything, because you can just zoom through the quests as fast as humanly possible. Oh. Connect the power plug to get the high velocity lift working. That AC is really loud. I do apologize. Is this definitive? It is. It is indeed. Welcome, Undead Vault Boy. How you doing? We're zooming through Mechonis Field at the moment. I just activated the lift on the 4th floor, I think. Have honestly no idea how much is left in the field. Last time we got an estimate on last time we got an update, it said we were at the thigh, but also according to the map, it looks like there's only one left, one floor left. Do I just need to go this way? Was the lift directly ahead? I mean, there's a fence here, so the map does not make it clear that there's a roadblock here. I need to go up to the top. That's what it's shown about. Okay, I see that there's a landmark there. Is the landmark where I just was? Or, okay, it's the main power switch. Okay, so that's down below. Because it certainly looks like it could be up above or down below. But I need to walk up here and go around. At least that's what it looks like? Yeah, easily. Textures still look a little low res sometimes, huh? Yeah, there are definitely spots in Definitive Edition that you can tell it's still a Wii game at heart. Some things they did not reskin as well as others. I think someone pointed out that anytime Gatto shows up in a shows up. I suppose that's how the word looks. Anytime Gatto shows up in a flashback, like the character model will be updated, but the rifle will his rifle will very much look like a Wii model. Barbecue chip. Tasty. Welcome, Gremlin. How are you? I suppose you answered the question with your introduction there. We're back to trying to make it through the story. Unlike last stream where we just did quests the whole time. I'm new to JRPGs. I think this is pretty much the only JRPG I've played that is in this style. This one's a lot more of an action RPG. Most of the JRPGs I play are your typical turn-based ones. Oh, that's down. Okay. This is a pretty big mob of enemies. 2 left? Okay. Me after Trump loses. Cool, time to bully Joe Me too! Me too! I'm free. We don't have to be nice anymore. Buying Dragon Quest, it's 11, right? Yes. Dragon Quest 11, Echoes of an Elusive Age Definitive Edition, Trials of Mana. This looks interesting, though. Solid. I haven't looked at those games a lot. I know Dragon Quest is, like, popular and one of the definitive JRPG series, but I really don't know anything about the series, other than, hero in Smash. And that Fortune Street is, for some reason, you know, the Mario Monopoly game, which is really a crossover between Mario and Dragon Quest. I know Trials of Mana, that getting re-released is like a huge thing, right? That one wasn't available in, that one wasn't ever released in the US. Am I wrong? Definitive Edition's coming out for PS4 and Xbox December 4th. Nice. Only played one Dragon Quest game. It was 7 and it was real good. Oh, and PC, I think. Yeah, I think you're right. I think I remember reading some sort of vague controversy. Controversy? I was gonna say controversial thing, and then decided that just means controversy. I remember reading some controversial thing. There, I did it again, about how they were handling the re-release for people who'd already bought the original version of the game, but I don't remember what the thing was, so I don't know why I brought it up. I have absolutely no idea what the context behind that is. Dragon Quest Slime be like, not the emote. This is a long lift. We're definitely about to jump into a big story thing. Thank you, Ricky. Appreciate the input. Trials of Mana is re-released indeed, but it looks friggin' good and has nice replayability. Solid. I know Secret of Mana is very, very highly regarded. Okay. I'm, not at all sure. Oh my god, okay. Not at all sure what the future holds for me here. But it seems we're at the end of Mechonis Field. Hey, this shit, big, large, first Zebri bulkhead. Oh.
Are you okay?
She looks very tired. Should she not get some rest?
Thank you. But really, I'm okay.
No. We'll find a safe place to rest. We've hardly stopped since we left the village.
Ricky tired too. Ricky tummy rumble.
I'm with you.
Is Melania dying? Fiora?
A Mechon assault! Can anyone see them?
Another vision. Nice one, Shulk. No, it wasn't.
Sure?
You did well to evade me.
Oh no.
What you'd expect from he who wields the Monado.
That voice!
It's a faced Mechon.
Is there someone inside? What do we do,
I
Shulk?
mean, there usually is. Kind of been established.
But don't kill him. Thought you might say that.
I like how everyone is begrudgingly going along with Shulk's whole don't kill them, just maim them. Oh yeah, I mixed up Melia and Fiora and I figured that was what you were doing, but okay, let's not equipment. No, let's switch the party up. I wanna give some spotlight to those who seem most story significant. I mean, Sharla is like the one. She said that voice, so I'm throwing her in against my better judgment. Who else should I put in there? Let's go Dunban. Let's see how this goes. Hello everyone. How many are there? Okay. Oh god. Linear Laser 4, in which Shulk almost instantly dies. It's so far away! Well, thankfully I've out-leveled these enemies enough that I don't have to deal with them on my way there. Is that legit, like, part of the thing here? Is that I would have to, under normal circumstances, I'd have to stop and, fight those. Just have to fight this one. Oh god. Yeah, he's just gonna be firing at me from the distance. Massachusetts has made it mandatory to get the flu vaccine. People aren't happy. Based in, eh? Went to get it today. There's a fucking horde of Karens screaming outside. Epic.
Things are really heating up.
Okay, this will go down pretty quickly. Unfortunately, if I die after this, it's not gonna be good because I don't have enough of my party gauge to be brought back to life. And I probably won't. Oh, they're gonna kill Charla. Why does Charla aggroed? Okay, that's down. Regardless, if anyone dies at this stage, we're not gonna do well. I'm gonna stop and heal her.
Things are really heating up.
Okay. I got aggroed by healing? Okay. Jade face. Oh, Shulk's gonna die. This is extremely unorthodox, the way this is progressing. It spawns you super far away from the boss in question. Okay, Charlotte's dead. This is fine and dandy.
Let's focus our efforts. You can definitely do this. Monado, lend us your power. Behold the power of the
I'm not confident here. Not even slightly. Suppose I should heal Charla. I'm afraid to heal Charla because we have like nothing in the party gauge, but she's the healer, so
Thanks. Gotta cool off.
Shulk's going very slowly. Okay, well, we're at least in a position where this can happen. We're not all on the brink of demise. Hey, Donnie, Don Cheadle's word of the day. Agony. Oh, okay.
Charla!
Gatto! It's you, isn't it?
I
Please
didn't
answer
spend a lot
me.
of time hiding
Let
that.
me see you. Gatto! I knew you were alive.
Gatto! Is that
Yeah, it's her fiance.
Charla's boyfriend?
The destruction of the Monado. That is the will of Lord Egil.
Gatto?
What do you mean, Lord? What's Egil done to you?
What's wrong, Gatto? Why would you say that? Speak to me, Gatto!
This world is in disarray. I must eliminate the cause of this disorder and restore the world to its original form. That is my duty. Nay, the will of the world. Now, the time has come. The time to restore order.
Gatto! Stop!
Does he have someone else like in him the way that Fiora did?
Gatto!
Charla!
Okay. That's not the impact I expected. Oh, we're just cutting to the chapter transition. Great. This outfit has me weird. Yeah. Kind of just how it be with Charla. I mean, there's a vanity system. I could literally just fix that, but Charla's plot relevant again.
Lady Mayneth. It is not far off now. A world in which there is no need for fear. The hour draws near. Our will shall soon be done. First, there is the matter of the Monado. Our victory can only be assured if we destroy the Monado before it's too late. I sense your existence. I know you are alive. Zanza, the hour is upon us. Your time has come.
What? Okay. Was he like...
Shulk.
Oh my god, okay.
Shulk. Who's...
Did we all die in that blast?
Shulk, you have acquired the ability to glimpse the future.
Already had
The
that.
ability to understand the law of causality as decided by a higher power.
A higher power? Like the Bionis?
Why do you desire to change the future? Why do you wish to act against their will?
I do just as anyone would do. It is natural to want to change an unhappy future. If that is their will, then I choose to fight.
If that is what you wish, Shulk, then you must find your Monado.
My Monado.
Precisely. The one true Monado.
You can't do that. Because... you aren't here. Not anymore.
Hi, was that two shulks? That certainly looked like two wee babby shulks. Whomst is he talking to? Well, that was Alvis.
Is everyone okay?
Yeah.
That was a close one. I mean, how on Bionis did we survive that? We seem all right.
I don't know. It could be that we were just lucky, but I'm sure there must be more to it than that.
You were protected by the power of Lady Mayneth.
Who's there?
A machina.
A machina?
Are you... Vanea?
Vanea? Does that mean you're Mikol's daughter?
I am glad you are safe.
I forgot all these
Lady
names.
Mayneth.
Mikol was the leader of
Lady
the
Mayneth.
Machina village, and Egil's dad.
That face was sent to destroy you. I am truly happy you're all right. You're lying. Gaddo would never try and hurt us.
Well...
Sadly, his home's memories no longer remain.
Okay, I figured. So who's in his brain? Because someone was in Fiora's brain. 55 hours already. Is the ending even in sight? No! No! Legit no idea how close we are. I do know there are 17 chapters, and we just started 14, I think. So we have 4 chapters left in the game. Add weird champ to your FFZ emotes. I mean, that's in the... That has to do with the Streamlabs chat widget, I presume. I don't know what I need to change on that end. I'll figure it out.
The current faces are nothing more than weapons, designed to annihilate all life on Bionis. It can't be. Faces are created by directly integrating the brainstem and metabolic organs of Homs into Mechon.
Memories and emotion are nothing but a hindrance to an effective weapon. However, the early phases were experimental. Many retained memories from their former lives.
So I take it Fiora was like a flawed early model, and Gadol is the perfect model.
This prevented them from executing their missions effectively. More recent faces have had all memories of their previous lives completely erased.
Is that because of me?
No, it is not your fault.
Mumkar seems the more likely candidate.
Okay, I see.
His attachment to us was too strong. You could say it caused his destruction.
Do you mean attachment in the sense that, like, he specifically wanted us dead? To the point where... Okay.
That sword one and all.
You are correct.
No, it's not true. Oh, my Gado.
Sharla?
Explain it to me. I mean, why does Egil want to make us into Mechon? What's the reason for all this?
In order to counter the Monado.
I knew it.
I knew it.
The Monado is ineffective against the High Entier, the Homs, against all races of Bionis.
Wait, we hadn't figured this out yet? I mean, I guess it didn't explicitly state it, but, like, that was very much implied and there for the player to understand by now. But okay, the game's only just now saying, hi, Homs in Mechon, because Monado can't kill Homs, but it can kill normal Mechon. I just assumed we all knew this already.
Egil suffered a bitter defeat in the battle 1 year ago. After that, he theorized that he could counter the Monado by integrating organic life from Bionis.
I am a little shocked that this has to be spelled out, but also that this is only just now being spelled out.
Of course. Initially, the Monado couldn't take a Hom's life.
It can now. That's right.
It can now, though.
Thank you, Ryan.
It could not harm those who share the blood of Zanza. That was its sole weakness. But Zanza lifted that constraint.
Those who share the blood of Zanza? Who is that giant?
The progenitor of the Homs.
Him?
Him?
And once the friend of my brother Egil, before they became sworn enemies.
So are we basically operating under the assumption that, like, Egil and Zanza are basically like the tiny Mechonis and tiny Bionis respectively? Because that's kind of how I'm operating.
It was Zanza who devastated Mechonis.
What?
I thought we knew that too. Well, we didn't know the specific genocide aspect of it until recently, and I guess we didn't make explicit connection between Zanza and that. But we knew Zanza wielded the Monado against the Mechonis. Sorry, these are big reveals, and I'm like, wait, didn't we know that? No, I hadn't made the connection. Oh, wait, that means Zanza did, like, genocidal things to the Machina and the life of Mechonis.
Wow, look at that.
Oh, is this the Allied forces?
They're the latest anti-mechon weapons, designed by Lorothea and the Ministry of Research.
What a glorious sight. The coming together of all the peoples of Bionis.
Yes, sir.
This is how it should always have been. Then perhaps Father would not.
Your Highness.
We are fortunate
That did not
Dixon
sound like
informed us
Dixon.
of the enemy's new weapon. Our defenses are ready. Today, we start our campaign against Galahad Fortress. Just beyond the fortress lies the imperial capital of Mechonis. This is a battle to determine not just our own fates, but the future of all life on Bionis. We fight for future prosperity and the glory and honor of all. Troops, advance!
Of course that's all that was left. Lord of the Rings was better. Hey, fellas.
Are you saying that Zanza is to blame for Mechonis' devastation? It's Zanza's sword that I'm using. Does this mean we're enemies? And if so, why are you...
Shulk, calm down.
Sorry, I
will take you to the Mechonis capital, Agniratha.
Agniratha.
Is that your plan? Lead us straight to the gates of our enemy? Deliver us into Egil's hands?
It will be quicker to show you than to explain. Then you will
That's
understand the
trustworthy.
history of Mechonis and the battle between the two titans. Up ahead is a lift that leads to the central factory, within the chest of the Mechonis. The capital, Agniratha, lies just beyond there.
All right, okay, we have a guest with us. Let's swap out the party. Who were we vibing with? Shulk, Ryan, and Ricky. That's what it was. Yeah, I'll stick with that. I'll play as Ricky though. We're gonna spend 40k points on that. Putting sunglasses on Eat Die. Someone brought up last night that there's nothing to spend, no rewards to spend the points on, and I was considering messing with that today and just never got around to it. Instead, I researched microphones. It's a long way. This might be deja vu, but I feel like I've gotten up to this point too. Not because I remembered the events in those cutscenes. I definitely didn't remember the cutscene where Shulk was in space during his dream or anything. I don't remember meeting up with Vinaya, but I do remember fighting Jadeface, Gato, because I remember the structure where like you had to run up to him from a super far distance. I think I remember that. But that might be deja vu. I don't know. I did say a bit ago that I was gonna boot up the Wii version and check specifically where I stopped. But I think I'm not actually sure where my existing Xenoblade data is, because it's not on the Wii U and it's not on this Wii system apparently. So it's on a different system. Don't know where that data is. It's a reward for 102.9k cam bucks for you to let out a horrifying scream and then pass out from oxygen deprivation. Is that how many cam bucks you have, Donnie? Make Cam say X in Y voice within reason. Perhaps. But yeah, you people do that already anyway. So we're heading up to Central what? What did she say? This is the Central Tower? Not gonna read things specifically because there seems to be a story event just up ahead. I read that in Cam's Sonic voice. I'm glad my Sonic voice is distinctive enough that you didn't read it in actual Sonic the Hedgehog's voice. You read it in my Sonic the Hedgehog voice. Central Gate. All right. Mechonis Central Factory. I do find it interesting how we're exclusively going up through the Mechonis, whereas when we were on the Bionis, we were kind of zooming along the outside, occasionally going in, but mostly bouncing around on the outside.
Factory within the chest of the Mechonis. Can you see the ring up ahead?
I mean, we're also just zooming up the Mechonis a lot faster than we did the Bionis.
At the base of that ring is a transporter that leads to Agniratha.
Star Wars Attack of the Katax droid factory scene.
We must first head there. This place is full of autonomous security, Mechon. Tread carefully.
Oh, story quest. Okay, try Cambot again. The connection always breaks whenever we have internet problems. Cambot's had enough of our shit. Say, once the Lord of Light banished dark and all that stemmed from humanity, and men assumed a fleeting form. These are the roots of our world. Men are props on the stage of life, and no matter how tender, how exquisite, a lie will remain a lie. Thank you. Appreciate it. I don't know what that's from. Should I know what that's from? Fuck you. They heard that. Okay, so where? I need to head south, it looks like, but I'm going north first. You know how it works. We gotta go in the opposite direction of the story first. We are M38 SA. I'm killing you solely because of your name.
Don't get careless, guys. This won't take long. We can take it if we do this.
What is a man but a miserable little pile of secrets? Oh, cool. Tinnitus. Oh, this goes up. Will this help me get to where I need? I don't know. I'm just wandering. M88 worst. Still out leveling a lot of the things surrounding a lot of the enemies, it looks like, which is nice. That SA one earlier, I out-leveled it enough that it was not aggressive. I had to initiate that fight. Given that the backstory of this game involves the creator of the Monado doing a genocide of the creatures of the Mechonis, I am wondering / desperately hoping that the fact that we have been massacring everything in our path, including just when we're asked to, eradicating entire wildlife populations, in no uncertain terms, they specifically are like, just kill all of them, just all of them. And we're like, okay, wondering if that'll be thematically relevant or if I am asking too much. I'm probably asking too much. It's mild Florence! Hi, Florence. How are you? Mild Florence. The naming conventions in this game are non-existent. Dance apple. Florence has become the machine. I guess we should kill the tiny ones first. Let's kill Beast here. Spicy Florence. Please tell me there's gonna be this big scene calling out Shulk's hypocrisy when he's like, no, don't kill him. He's a Homs, while just soaring through any other form of life that isn't human. Like, they're all disposable. Mild Florence does imply spicy Florence. This is true. Casual Florence implies the existence of ranked competitive Florence. How many eugenicists are there in this game? Oh yeah, and there was the plot that hasn't quite been resolved with the evil lady in at Alchemoth who hates Melia because she's not pureblood. Like there are honestly a lot of things pointing to this one specific potential message, and I'm curious just how much they're gonna follow through. Probably asking for a little much for them to actually comment on the fact that the gameplay loop of this is highly dependent on you wiping out entire populations. Don't think there's gonna be anything on that. I would be very impressed. By the end of this playthrough, I'm gonna have 12 ideas for a video essay to write on how Xenoblade Chronicles could have and should have followed through on certain ideas. Genocide is common. It literally became a stream joke how much we did in genocide. I hope the joke becomes thematically relevant. Do it. Make that video. Now that I've said it out loud, I suppose I have to. God, that would be probably 2 hours long. Angry. M44 angry. Killing you solely because of your name. Holding you to it now. When did I start writing that Star Fox 64 video that I never did? Again, I've mentioned this before. I have 99% of a Star Fox 64 video script done. Angry. No talk him angry. Found. I like how specifically on that unique monster, like the unique monster Mechon are named much more like the normal enemies in this game, whereas these types of Mechon are, you know, offensive, defensive, scout, slash, and then all caps word to the point where it's very clearly like a mechanical code name sort of thing. And then there's Mild Florence, just named normally, as if that's just a thing. That's not the robot's name. This one's just... I don't know, names were written differently and it's funny. Laugh, please. Fine pot-ish. Ish. Current meme going in Brazil, Americans are faster at picking presidents for other countries. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. This is true. Simply just the case. Europe's the only place we haven't done it. And saying that out loud, you know, there's probably one like weird exception. Worst again. Hi there. Please don't. Okay, fine. Poison the robot. There we go. Okay. Find part L. I wonder what the first instance of the U.S. installing a puppet leader is. Because, like, it certainly feels like we've just done it forever. There's no point in history where we didn't do that. But there did have to be a start. I know Teddy Roosevelt did a big imperialism in the Philippines and other areas, but did we specifically install puppet leaders? No, probably wasn't until post World War II. Probably started specifically in the Cold War because, you know, having actual colonies was no longer a thing that was okay. We had to have neo-colonies, where the country is technically its own sovereign nation, but we make them extremely dependent on us for their survival. March. Oh, he's marching march. It's the boys. Okay, you're weak. I'll get rid of you. Did I poison both of them or just the one? I think it was both. God, Ryan's HP. I forgot he was at 999. Okay, I'm gonna actually check what he has. I think I put a bunch of HP up gems on him. That's probably why. Hold on, change equipment. That's where it is. HP up 4. No, that's the only one. HP up by 20%. So if he has something else equipped, where is his HP going to be? 8,500. Okay. So that'd be why. In base HP, I am sure Ricky is still higher. Was this one kind, or is there not going to be any items on that side? Cool. Last escalator like this, I had to go down both sides. Had to make a round trip to get all the things. M68 March implies the existence of the M68 January, M68 February, M68 April, M68... This is not incorrect. Gotta say, I am proud of the earlier joke. The ranked competitive Florence. Smoke cylinder. Okay. Quest completed. It was just get here. Find an alternative route. Okay. M68 March implies the existence of M68 Run. Worst. Faithful Lancelot, which implies the existence of Faithful Galahad. Faithful Percival.
Everyone, do your best.
Faithful Lamorak. Faithful Round Table. I have a feeling we're not gonna have a great time with this this unique monster here. Especially because we're already not having a great time with the normal worst here. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna use the chain attack. Let's see how much we can whittle it down here. Well, that was nothing. That was something. Oh, Shulk doesn't have the Monado art ready. Oh no, I missed that. Okay. Faithful Lance a little. Worst implies the existence of best. Also true. Faithful Monty Python. Seems about a faithful scratch. That was weirdly difficult to get out of my mouth. That went down pretty well. Pretty easily. Wait, was that an arts manual? Hold on, I want this. Not taking the ice cylinder. I think I just got an arts manual out of that. It has been a long time since I've seen a shop. This much is true. I hadn't even considered the possibility of arts manuals being droppables. Drops. They call them drops. I was gonna say droppable items. Which isn't wrong, but sounds very clunky. Far less clunky than droppables, though, which is what I just said. Use the barrier control panel to release the electrical barrier. Okay, so we gotta get through this. We gotta find a switch. Which seems to just be right here. However, diary. Which implies the existence of offensive Wimpy and defensive Kid. We have religious spiders, now faithful Mechon. Is faithful Lancelot faithful to the Mechon or faithful like believes in an organic? You did the same joke, the both of yous. Hey, this is going down pretty easily.
Piece of cake. Let's not lose our heads though.
Faithful as in he doesn't cheat on his partner. Okay, there's two of these here. Hangar access panel. That opens that up. Which just oh no. Did I just, my curiosity just punish me? Okay, that was weirdly complicated to get to. Okay, I turned off the barrier. A smart person would just walk through without engaging with the enemies that I just released. This released 2 more enemies. So we got, no, that's more than 2. That's more than 2. We got a couple things to kill. Faithful like doesn't cheat on their, oh shit, we got repeats in the chat. Bunch of plagiarists, a lot of you. These will go down pretty quickly though. The other ones don't look like it. The ones in the hangars over there seem like they're gonna be a little more difficult. Yeah, I suppose inflicting topple wasn't the greatest idea. Shulk can take care of this on its own though, looks like. Okay, that's down. Now these, mass-produced face, temporal wait, shit, we're actually, I wasn't wrong. Faithful Lancelot did imply the existence of a Gawain. I imagine these are probably in the same enemy unit if I, oh, no, I can take them one by one. Get over here, get over here, get over here. So these look like Zord. So that's great. Mass-produced face. So are there Homs in this? Is there a Homs in this? I mean, I suppose if it's mass-produced, I would think it's just a Mechon, but like, it's not a face if there's not a Homs in it, I imagine. How many have they kidnapped? Okay, this isn't hard, but it's taken a bit, which terrifies me as to how the Gawain fight is gonna go. Because that's a unique monster. Skyward Sword Gremlin implies the existence of Ocarina of Time Gremlin. Majora's Mask Goblin. Four Swords Adventures elf. Thomas never came back from having to watch the Joe Biden speech. Donnie, you weren't here. Thomas was here before, and his parents apparently dragged him away to watch Joe Biden speak. And that's just a thing he had to do. Faces of Evil Kremlin. Why? Phenomenal question. CDI Gremlin. Partly awesome implies the existence of completely awesome. Oh wait, that's just you. Aww. Alright, how about you? I'm afraid if you. Oh, you out-level me. And you out-level the rest of the. You out-level Ricky by 1, but everyone else by 2. This is stupid, but I'm gonna try. Let's open with a chain attack. That was nothing. If that's what it did with a multiplier, our individual attacks aren't going to do anything. It's actually going pretty well for now, it looks like. Oh, we have another chain attack already? Let's do it. I am pushing my luck, as I am wont to do. Quiddy James. Well, he's close to the source. Oh no, Ryan's not good. Ryan needs help. Ryan needs help. Ryan's gonna die. There we go. We're already almost to another chain attack. Okay, Ryan's down. Oh no, it did an attack on like everyone. And somehow I was unable to, hold on, shit. Oh no. Well, suddenly we're all about to die. This is fine. Bazooka 5. I did not mean to warn Shulk. That was not what I wanted to do. Is there anything that would help here? Light heal on me, I guess, to save me. I mean, yeah, no, that's actually kind of what I needed. I am not able to use my heal. Oh god. Okay, everyone's down except for me. I'm down. Fuck, we got so close. That was so possible. Okay, well. He's still just vibing there, but all the mass-produced ones have respawned, and I'm not itching to refight those, so I'll take the L. Shulk implies the existence of Shitulk. It actually does not. I concur with Donnie. I do not understand the implication here. If you could elaborate as to enlighten me, I would appreciate it. Because I don't want to reject your claim outright. I would simply like to hear the evidence. Skyward Sword Impa implies the existence of the old woman in the temple. Uh-huh. I was gonna say tell me more. Don't tell me more. What if people don't want that spoiled? Damn, I don't know what I'm saying half the time. This is fair. This is fair. Alright, this will kill it. Good.
Yeah, well played.
Where specifically am I going? Just forward. Up we go. Alley-oop. How long was the first session of tonight's stream before it disconnected? Does anyone have any idea? Okay, an hour, I guess. We started at 7. It's 8:33. Whoa! Oh my god. Oh my god. That's not even a unique monster. That's just how that be. Find a way to infiltrate the Mechon factory. I guess don't fight that. Cable mouse. Okay, I need to head down south. I will not be doing this at the time. Whoa! Is it you? Who's attacking? Oh god, the more I look around, the more I think, was this where I stopped? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure this is all new to me, but basically everything each stage of progress I make, I'm like, no, wait, I've sworn I've seen this before. I could swear I've seen this. Also, right after a unique monster that outlevels us is a unique monster that is lower level. I mean, I appreciate the bone being thrown at me. Not going to complain. God save the cam implies the existence of Satan kill the cam. Also not incorrect. I like how this sprung out of mild Florence. That makes me unearthly happy. This thing has high defense. Okay, I think that was pretty good. However, Ryan's in desperate need of health, and the smart move probably would have been to heal him in that moment. I did not mean to heal Shulk! Oh my god. Well, that's not good. Ryan's about to die. Yeah, there's no way that doesn't happen. Right as we killed it. Appreciate. Oh my god, Neon's rating with a 13! A 13. 113. Hi, pals. How you doing? Welcome, Raiders. What's up, gamers? Oh my god, it's Ferret. It's been a while. Hey. Hey, Neon. How was your stream? What were you playing? And how's everyone doing? What is attacking me? We're going through Xenoblade Chronicles, and suddenly the game's gotten difficult again. I was kind of coasting along for most of the stream, but now I'm getting attacked by things I can't see. Ba-ding. Steffi Petty, DJ Tex, Jason is bored, me too. Xenoblade noise. Peebo. Peebo or Peebow? Did I miss anyone? No, I think it's all of them. We played Among Us, nice. Man, I streamed Among Us exactly once and said, we'll get back to this one day, and then life was busy.
Man, what a bunch of jokers.
It was a good stream. I liked it. Among Us is fun, but I've still only played it the 2 times. Granted, those 2 times went on for like 5-hour sessions. Man, what a bunch of jokers. I rediscovered that Ryan is useful this stream. And God, I missed him. Ryan is the tank of the group, for those who don't know. And later on, you get another tank who operates a little bit differently, but for a lot of people, kind of just makes Ryan obsolete. Ryan is like the single best character in the game, solely because of his amazing lines of dialogue. But I haven't used him in battle in a long time, so. It's my reaction when Cam dies in anything. I don't know if I endorse this reaction. I do appreciate the concern, but I'm not going to endorse the manner in which you are expressing said concern. Playing civility politics here. Ryan is best boy. He's also a Time Lord, because it's always Ryan time. Should do another Among Us stream. We should. We should. I have... It's just that basically anytime I reach the weekend, A, I'm exhausted by whatever the week threw at me. So, hopping on a super energetic stream with a bunch of people, fun. Fun, yes. Relaxing, not necessarily. So that's one thing. And also, I just feel like trying to get everyone to... The things that go into that, even though it's not a lot going into that, I don't know, just feels like a lot, even though it really isn't right now. Unless the fad's dead and you'd lose viewers because you're not playing what all the kids are into this time. Xenoblade Chronicles? I have noticed that since I started, I think in the past like couple months, my viewers have peaked when I was playing Skyward Sword, and I got a lot of new viewers during the Skyward Sword playthrough. Not so much as we've started the Xenoblade playthrough. Gonna have to lurk because I have to wash dishes. See you in a bit, gamers. Enjoy. Let us know exactly how clean those dishes get. This is not a good fight. I think I should run from this. We're all kind of dying. And that has a lot of health, which does not mix well with the fact that we're all dying to it. What did I get from that? Why did I get an item there, though? I did not win. Can't play with your cord. That might be fun. But also, again, a lot to set up. What is... Okay, maybe I remember this. I'm getting severe deja vu the further I get into this game. So for those who don't know, I have played this game before, but not all the way through. And I don't remember exactly where I stopped, and I'm starting to think this might be it. But I've also had several points throughout the playthrough that I'm like, this is where I stopped. But no, I think I remember getting like sniped for the first time in the game out of nowhere. Like enemies are locking onto me from above. Where I can't get to them, and that seems familiar, and also something that hasn't existed anywhere else in the game. Yeah, I wonder who joined during the Skyward Sword streams. Guess we'll never know. What are we trying to... Fellas, we're not gonna be able to hit this. Okay, it stops it. Okay, I was wondering what was gonna happen. The chain attack doesn't have like an exit, doesn't have an exit button. So I was wondering if we were just gonna be locked, like running around the enemy with no way of hitting it. Skyward Sword was fun, if only the motion control will listen to what I said. This is not unfair. I personally never had a lot of trouble with the motion controls. Even during the streamed playthrough, I don't think I had a lot of trouble. I remember as a kid, I specifically was like, why do people complain about this? And like, yeah, it definitely varies by person. One person will be completely fine with motion controls, and other people, they will hate the game because of them. And that's still perfectly valid. But I never had a lot of problems with the controls. And I adore Skyward Sword. I adored Skyward Sword a lot more the second time through, and I loved it as a kid. You guys remember the SSHD rumors? I used up all my yearly serotonin thinking about it. I do think it's still gonna happen. Not that anything's happened to disprove it, but I do think there will be a Skyward Sword HD. Just kind of a hunch. Joy-Cons are I've talked about this before, but Joy-Cons are perfect for it. Zelda Anniversary is coming up next year, so I wouldn't be shocked if we got new info, possibly a release date about the Breath of the Wild sequel in addition to a Skyward Sword remake. You know, Skyward Sword, that game that was made for another Zelda Anniversary. It seems kind of fitting. Though it's mostly just based on the fact that the Joy-Cons are just better Wii Motion Pluses. I've said this before, I will probably say it again. Would be kind of a missed opportunity if they didn't remake it for Switch. At the same time, unless they completely reworked the controls from the ground up, which would completely invalidate my reasoning that the Joy-Cons are better Wii Motion Pluses, then you wouldn't be able to play the game in handheld mode. Which, you know, I don't know how likely it is that they would remake a motion control heavy game and make it virtually impossible to play in a handheld mode. My main support for the idea that they would be not unwilling to do that is that Super Mario Party you cannot play in traditional handheld mode. Super Mario Party is bizarre. You have to play it with one Joy-Con. You can't even play it with two. You have to play it with one Joy-Con sideways. Not all Switch games can work in handheld or on the Lite. Oh, the Let's Go games are the same way? I didn't know that. Interesting. Got mine fixed. Galaxy feels so great. Galaxy feels so good on the Switch. Do not see myself playing it on the Wii again. Unless I were to try speedrunning it, possibly. It's a thing I've said a couple times. Yeah, it might be fun to do a speedrun sometime, but you know, I also like playing as many games as possible. So, he said it. Ryan said alley-oop. Okay, I need to be progressing south, it looks like. Whoa, what's tagging me? Is it the big boy again? No, it's something sniping me from the top. Alley-oop! I'm going to rip out each individual hair in my body. Will you now? Let us know how that goes. Oh wait, what are these? I see quest markers. Oh, I have to kill these. Okay. I'm not exactly enthused about the prospect of getting through this fight while being attacked by a giant thing I can't really kill. But these go down very fast. What was I saying? I don't see myself going back to the Wii Galaxy unless I were to speedrun it, specifically because Galaxy on the Switch adds a couple dialogue boxes just to explain the portable controls versus the docked controls. Because in handheld mode you have to oh god, Shulk's dead. Okay, we're running. Can I leave the fight, please? I'm running away. This is not good. I will die. No, we're fine. That's a shock. Anyway, what was I saying? There's extra dialogue boxes in Galaxy that explain the portable controls. Because motion controls don't work in portable mode. You have to use the touchscreen. Be interesting to see them try something similar for Skyward Sword. If they were to think about a workaround to make the combat functional in handheld mode, what in God's name they would try to do. Okay, that's down. Please agree that touchscreen pointer in handheld mode is stupid as fuck. Yes. It doesn't feel great. Don't like having to take my hand off the right side of the Switch constantly. You need a third hand for that to feel nice. What? Materials for a bomb. It seems there's a way to the Mechon factory through the vent. You will need a bomb to blast it open. Collect bomb components from Mechon on the 2nd floor. Interesting. Okay, so we have to... It's a material quest, but we don't get a lot of those as story quests. Did this just spawn? Was this not here already? I don't remember seeing that. So it seems like this is impossible to do until the game specifically gives you the quest. Nintendo made a 3-hand control scheme again. N64 confirmed. Listen, I don't dislike the N64 controller, but everyone said it. Why does it look like that? Why did they make it like that? And why did exactly 2 games use the left side of the controller? Magical Tetris Challenge by Capcom, starring Disney characters, uses the left side of the controller. 'Cause you don't want to play Tetris with an analog stick. Took the SNES controller, added 2 buttons. I mean, yeah, that is basically how it looks. Like, I was kind of, it is kind of shocking that there really weren't any collections or ports on the N64 because, like, the controller is shaped perfectly to, be able to play SNES games comfortably on it if you just use the left and right side. Came across the analog stick, didn't want to risk everything. Okay, that's interesting. That makes some sense, I suppose. So they made it optional. People who play Smash without items and still use GameCube controllers are the lamest type of people. I mean, I will almost always go for a GameCube controller if I can in Smash. But I also just really like the GameCube controller. Like, I feel like in most situations, if you were to tell me, oh, you can use a GameCube controller, I probably would. It's just a nice controller. It just feels good. And every button, every face button on it is unique. Like, you can tell based on like how your finger feels on it exactly what button you're on, which is neat. Is there any other controller that's vaguely like that? Using a GameCube controller is fine. Doing it and being aggressively anti-items is the lame part. Yeah, I don't really have a preference on items on Smash. Like, I mean, it just depends. Am I trying to like actually test my skill, or am I doing just a little fun thing with pals who aren't super passionate about the game? Because I'm not super passionate about Smash. I like Smash, but I'm not passionate about it. Don't consider myself good at it at all. So items are just fun. They make it a party game. I definitely understand not wanting to play with items, but just like with anything, if you're acting like your opinion is like the factual thing, the objectively correct thing, like, probably not the funnest to speak to. Items are fine, I guess. I just prefer, yeah, I mean, I'm okay with them either way. I'm okay with either way. Okay, I got the timer. I already got a timer though, didn't I? Or what did I get from the one way over there? Maybe this was a different thing. Oh, I only have 1 left. Okay, this quest is actually gonna go pretty swiftly. If I can't push Kirby off the cliff with the skyward leaf blower, what's the point? I mean, yes, to be fair, some of the items are a little bit overpowered to the point where like the Dragoon, you know, where you put the 3 pieces together and then shoot him and it's an instant KO. Like, that's fun, and there's like a lot of build up to that I think making it an instant KO is justified, because you have to collect the 3 pieces and it's really hard to aim, and like it's just a neat concept. The Gust Bellows is teensy bit overpowered. Just connected the dots that the leaf is an actual game item. Wait, what? Leaf blower? Oh, yes. Yes, that exists. Wonder what else could be an actual Nintendo game item. What was I gonna say? I feel like I had something on Smash. It's gone. It's been forever since I've played Smash. Every so often, I keep telling myself, you know what? You made it a decent way into World of Light in Smash Ultimate. You should go back and finish the campaign. World of Light's bad. World of Light's not fun. I don't know why I keep telling myself you should go back and do that. Like, listen. I've generally a high tolerance for bullshit, and it's probably something I will go back and do eventually just to get it off my checklist, but I really do treat games like a checklist to the point where even if it's not fun, I'll be like, I can soldier through this. This is an obligation. Which I'm generally okay with, but with some games, it's like, why am I... At some point, you just gotta think, why are you doing this to yourself? Stop doing this to yourself. Extremely not worth. Maybe it's fine on normal or easy. Maybe I was playing on hard. I would be willing to turn the difficulty down on that. Generally, I try to go for the hardest difficulty I can. But that one I'd be willing to... Definitely willing to make an exception. Do like World of Light is fun, but also can't play it in large chunks or I get bored. That's very fair. It is very repetitive. Very repetitive. A lot of the fights are bullshit. The concept is very interesting, but the spirit fights are just extremely difficult. And it's just kind of redundant with the existing spirit battle mechanic. Like it's just the typical spirit battles, but with a world map. Would work if there was something to break it up, but it's just a bunch of gimmick battles. Either you have the spirit or you don't. Yeah. It's like 10 a.m. where I am, so I'm heading to bed. Good night, Kim. Good night, chat. Okay, good night, Ferret. Ferret? No, Ferret just showed up in chat suddenly, and I was like, what? No. Good night, Gremlin. Have a good sleep. What is attacking me? Defensive guard, spade, diary. I'm gonna walk around. Do you think it expects you to fight all these? Or do you think it is specifically like most of the enemies are decently well leveled, and then this big one is like a little bit ahead of you? And I feel like it'd be far more ahead of me if I didn't do all those quests between streams. So I'm wondering, does it expect me to like do a fair fight with these? Cause like, cause I don't want to fight them. Like that one level distance is making the fight very long and very difficult. Anyway, Ferret's dishes are now clean. I am proud of you. Okay, we made a bomb. Looks like it can be destroyed by an Wait, how do you use it? Okay, you've never had to go into your collectibles to grab an item to use before, so I can't imagine that's it. Or is the quest not finished? Nope, the quest isn't finished. Hold on, where am I? Central factory, find a path to the top. Use the weapon creation panel to make a bomb. Okay. Yeah, no, I was like, I got the materials, I know where to go. This doesn't have a quest marker on it. So where is the quest marker? Weapon creation. Oh, okay, I can just zoom there. That's helpful. Oh god, it's in the Gawain room. I did it. I've manufactured an explosive right in front of my enemies. And they didn't instantly open fire. They don't know I'm here. Okay, now we can do that. There we go. How clean? I have no idea since the thing he used to clean the dishes didn't have a tag on it telling me it kills 99.9% of germs and it also cleans your soul. Wait, what's behind me that needs death? Is it the thanks again? Okay, I didn't finish this quest. How many of these do I need to kill? I think it was 5. I think I've killed 2.
Let's focus our efforts. No problem. This isn't going well. We can definitely do this. Okay, let's focus our efforts. I'm on it.
Kind of been switching between the two awkwardly, but that's fine. This will die in. Yep. This combat music going off though. The combat music always goes off. The combat music in this game is phenomenal. Hold on. Nope, not that. Okay, finished all the central factory quests it's given me. Everything in Mechonis Field. For my loved one. Collect a tear of the sky. Nope, that's not the one. Weapon just for me. 3 advanced frames. Wait, have I already done the one where it wanted me to kill? Thanks. Where was that? Is that not even... Was that a Mechonis Field quest? Kill Tricks. Kill... Okay, I mean, if I come across more, it'll tell me if there's a quest marker still. Anyway. Forward we go. Oh! Okay, certainly looked like you could fall there. Whoa. Video games. Two pieces of black styrene we needed to find. These will get the rebuilding moving along back in Colony 6. What about the Skyrim soundtrack when you're shirtless in a target with visible cocaine around your nostrils? Ah! We all know that feeling well. Alright, up we go. Icon Factory. Okay, actually, while I'm here, not while I'm here, we just discovered a new place. I think this is a good stopping point, not for the stream. I led that very poorly. I think I'm gonna take a quick break, and use the bathroom, probably refill my water, and then we'll probably go for another hour after that. But yeah, I'm gonna take a quick intermission, and I think I'm gonna run an ad break during it, a thing that I've never done, but is possible. I don't remember how the whole Twitch auto ads out of nowhere thing was resolved, but I remember that they said they would run ad breaks out of nowhere if you they would run ad breaks out of nowhere if there hadn't been one in a while. So at the time I was like, okay, so I need to start running legitimate, like I need to run planned ad breaks so that like action isn't broken up by random ads out of nowhere. I think they ended up reversing that somehow, but auto ad breaks ever get implemented? I don't think that's a thing. It was going to be a thing. I think it might have stopped. Anyway, I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna be gone. It doesn't matter. You don't want to give me an extra 5 cents? What are you people saying? Also, I didn't notice earlier, Peebo followed. I appreciate that. And Ferret hosted. That was 24 minutes ago. I didn't see the notice for that. Might be for larger channels, potentially. Anyway, I'm gonna take a quick intermission. Run an ad break since I'll be up anyway. That shouldn't affect you anyway. Bye! Host was accidental, but fuck it. What? I'll take it. Anyway, see you pals in like 2 minutes. Hey, we're back. Hello. Now we can have a fun communion over what amazing, epic, funny ads you saw. I don't know. I left my fridge open for the past, like, hour and a half, apparently. I walked into the house earlier, and and there was a beeping sound. I was like, what's that? And I couldn't really investigate further. It was the fridge beeping at me for, being open. So that's cool. That's fun. That's dandy. How's everyone doing? We still alive? Would hope so. They keep throwing worst at us. Yeah, I remember whenever they made the announcement initially that they were gonna do automatic ad breaks. They were gonna do automatic ad breaks that could be staved off if you did manual ad breaks. If the streamer actively was like, okay, we're gonna have an ad break now. I specifically was like, okay, I'm gonna start running ad breaks now, not because, oh no, an ad might just cut me off without my knowledge. No, I specifically didn't want like a character death in this game to be interrupted. Like you're watching Fiora die, and then as soon as the claw is about to stab right through her, you get bombarded with, does this make you want a Reese's? Like, that sounded like a nightmare scenario to me. There's Fiora fucking dying and then a Coca. Yeah, right? Like, hi, I don't want important story beats to be interrupted by that. But I think they decided that wasn't gonna be a thing. I really subbed and have ad block, so I just got the silence. Nice. That's right. Yeah, you have subs don't get edge. Subs don't get edge. I kind of ran the ad break just because it's a button that's there that I have never clicked before. That was like 80% of it, and the other 20% was like, I mean, if I'm up anyway, I am coming decently close to the cusp of being able to get my first Twitch paycheck, and you know, it's a little bit, but I suppose that little bit technically helps if it doesn't affect anyone and I'm gonna be gone anyway. I can manually run ad breaks. There's not really harm in it, I suppose. M96 crisis unit, 2 crisis response units. Okay. Surprise. I like how that's just a thing. Also, wait, is that both of these? So this is okay. I really expected this to be enemies that like I would come across naturally. I suppose I did come across them naturally, but you know, the story just threw them at me. Not very often that the game's like, here's a quest, and then that quest is instantly next to you. At least not as far as enemies go. Why can't Ricky do these? Ricky's not close enough. Okay, we'll fill the party gauge a little more then. That was pitiful, honestly. Oh well. And if you run an ad break, it has a little timer on the screen. So there is absolutely no chance that like you would potentially miss anything if I were to run an ad break, because like I would be watching the timer like, okay, I can come back in 3, 2, 1. vision, he says. Well, Ryan's gonna die. Like 3 times over, it looks like. Which is not good. Ricky, could you heal Ryan? You have that ability. Do we only have the one? No, we still have both of them. This is taking a long time. Like, we'll probably do it, but this is rough. Hero Pawn on the rampage, he says. Have not heard that one. Okay, that's dead. We only have the one left. This should be fine. Probably gonna be able to kill it in the chain attack. Yeah, there we go. Retrieved armor and retrieved leggings. We did, in fact, retrieve them from the quest. Hero Pawn goes on a rampage in the state of Texas, now wanted in 12 different states. Oh no, Hero Pawn Ricky's running off with the ballots. Hey fellas. Yeah, there was no way I was gonna evade that. I really wanted the 2 blue orbs here. That was what I was here for. But this will be easy. Five levels ahead of all these. Imagine if Ricky had a gun. I don't know how I would handle that. I'm picturing a Shadow the Hedgehog style spin-off. Oh god. Hey, Ryan, can you be the tank so that I can no longer be the one attacked? I'd like to do a backslash, but the game doesn't want me to. Why must you remind me of the fact that the Shadow the Hedgehog game exists? Oh, I talk about it like every other stream. This has been a consistent thing. I will bring up the same Sonic games over and over. Talked about how I one day want to make some sort of video about Shadow the Hedgehog, specifically in terms of its story that goes a little bit beyond your stereotypical, it's stupid because Hedgehog use gun, which is like true. There's a lot more to say about the game than that a lot of people don't talk about. But I've gone on that ramble before, so I won't do that. But yeah, if you're part of my audience, you will never forget Shadow the Hedgehog exists. That's not a threat, that's a promise. Didn't break copyright laws, you should name your Twitch channel Official Sonic the Hedgehog Twitch channel. It's me! The real Sonic the Hedgehog! Twitch streaming? I like running better. I'm sorry. I don't know where specifically I'm going. Have I been up here? Am I supposed to be heading down? No, I haven't been up here. Do beetle. It's a do beetle. Oi. Blue root. What kind of root? There are several kinds of roots. Blue does not quite cut it. I mean, I suppose that's unusual, yes, but I want more info than that. Turn off the electrical barrier. How many this is the second electrical barrier specific quest that we've had so far. If I walk into it, okay, it's just a wall. I was wondering if it would deal damage. No, you walk through and it just slices Shulk into 5 pieces. Then and there. Hi, everyone. Worst. Awake. Worst. I agree, being awake is the worst. I don't need to inflict break on the thing that's on the ground. Why did I do that? Oh, Shulk's nearly dead. Shulk's dead. Did not notice my health there. I think I'm gonna be fine getting through this one, but there's another one back there who is also doing an attack. Is that one technically in the fight? I actually don't think so. I think it's just vibing. One more hit, this should go down. Alright, cool. And we have the party gauge pretty much full. So once Ryan is done healing up, and I have grabbed a blue root, we will make sure awake can never be awake again. Ha 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 ha. Video games. It's 11 p.m. where I'm at, so I'll have to go in a bit. This is fair. Do not blame you. It's just past 9 where I am. Oh my god, one hit. It just had to snatch a slightly less satisfying victory from the jaws of victory. There's the switch. Will be exciting times when some 8-year-old starts watching a stream from actual official Sonic the Hedgehog Twitch channel, and he watches you rip a demon in half in Doom while you gleefully exclaim in Sonic's voice that we tortured some folks. And now to genocide one more set of wildlife. All the population's gotta go. We tortured some folks in Sonic. It's just amazing. Is this the same kind of thank as before? I assume they wouldn't do, like, it has the same name but a different number. Well, this one doesn't have a quest marker, so I don't have to kill these anymore. Exciting, of course, for several reasons. Mainly the lawsuit I would then receive from Mr. John Sega himself. Yeah, okay. One more of these. I don't think I even need to go up this way. Pretty sure this is all superfluous. John Sega, CEO of Sonic Fanfic. No, he personally programmed every element of Sonic the Hedgehog 06. This just vibing in a corner. Warrior Screw. Parts Noble. Blue Root. I'm just reading item names now. I mean, this game really is just a vehicle through which to read bizarre item names. That's why that's why everyone plays Xenoblade, right? That's why this game is liked. Sonic 06 and the GBA games. Well, people like the GBA games. It's just this this huge quality gap between the two things that John Sega helped work on. Sonic Advance is pretty well regarded. I don't know. I don't know a thing about it, but I haven't played any of them. Sonic Battle, on the other hand, I think is also decently well regarded. Except for the one that was Sonic 1. This is true. Sonic Genesis is very frowned upon. Sonic Battle's decent. I mean, as far as a Sonic fighting game goes, I mean, decent is better than what it could have been like. Actually, people kind of like Sonic the Fighters too, don't they? Vaguely remember a Sonic DS game. There was Sonic Rush Adventure, Sonic Chronicles. The RPG do not recommend. It's actually not that terrible. It's just that the soundtrack is extremely bad. The plot is nothing to write home about, unfortunately. It's not even like your typical, like, kind of Sonic bizarre interesting. It's just boring. And the gameplay is very repetitive. It's not a good game. John Sega also made Sonic RPG. Sonic Rush is just a brilliant game. I like Sonic Rush a lot. Sonic Rush soundtrack is the best soundtrack. Sonic Rush soundtrack is pretty good. The only one I like specifically... Whoa, that's a 70. And that attacks on sight, so... Okay! Attacks on sight was not an invitation. Fuck it, poor life choices. I'm back. Welcome back, Gremlin. We're talking Sonic games now. Shocker there. Never before spoken about on this channel. Sonic Rush, I liked a lot. I think my copy was stolen by one of my brother's friends. No longer a friend. I think my copy was stolen, so I don't have that anymore. Never played Rush Adventure. Eventually, I'll probably buy an eBay lot of the both of them. Rush's soundtrack is the king. I mainly like Wrapped in Black. There's a bunch of good songs on it. Would I say it's my favorite? Probably not. There's one specifically that's kind of obnoxious to me, but I can't remember which one it is. But it is a good soundtrack, and it is very different. Like, I like, regardless of if the soundtrack itself ends up like being every single one a home run, like, I will always appreciate whenever the soundtrack has a very distinct identity that it's going for. I really appreciate that about the Sonic Adventure games. And Rush has that in spades. Rush Adventure, I know, was not composed by Naganuma, but Tomoya Otani, I think he was the sound director of what was the chief sound director of the series by that point. He specifically tried to emulate the style of Rush's soundtrack. And people like the Rush Adventure soundtrack too, I think. Anyway, where am I going? All this Sonic talk is making me forget how video games work. Okay, reach the peak of the tower. So, seems nothing more will be in my way. I just need to get to whatever this door is. Was the barrier here? Do I just need to go here and then move forward? There's a barrier there I can't get through. Told me of the time some kid borrowed my DS and didn't want to give it back. I don't remember that happening, but it sounds interesting. Oh. Hey, gamers. How you doing? Todd short for Toddus. Todias. Toadies. It's the Toadies. Rapid. Okay, let's kill the fairies first, because they'll go down quickly. I didn't expect that quickly, but what? What killed Shulk? What happened there? I mean, easy to recover from, but damn. They don't have a spike. That was my first guess, was that my first guess was that I dealt so much damage to them that it was all reflected back to Shulk. Then gonna pass out on my bed till the sun rises once more. See ya, gamers. A noble cause, if I've ever heard one. Good night, Barrett. Have a good sleep. Thank you for stopping by. Ryan is not doing well. Wait, did it miss him? Or did he just happen to... Did he have enough health that he survived that attack? Oh, it has a spike when it's toppled. That's probably what it was. Which is not very good. Okay. This one's almost dead. We'll get through this. It's gonna be rough. Gala chainsaw. 5. I suppose there were 4 Gala chainsaws before that I didn't see. They always have numbers, and I definitely have no recollection of what came before it. This is probably ill-advised, because it'd probably be a better use of the party gauge to save it for reviving people. But there's a chance that this chain attack will kill it. Okay, it wasn't doing a lot, but then it did. Okay, I was gonna say not at this rate, but no, that did well. That was worth it. There we go. Okay. Glider cockroach. Will this... Yes. So do we just go up? Suppose so. How's everyone doing? It'd be fun if this game had elevator conversation, where while it's loading the next spot, they would just say random bits of dialogue to each other. That'd be fun. I'm mainly thinking the Outer Worlds when I say that. That's a thing that's neat in that game. Probably done in other games too, but basically any elevator you get on, there will be a conversation while between your companions while it loads the next place. Alley-oop! That's elevator dialogue. You know, that's all you need. Whoa. Yeah, I forgot this was happening. Oh, there's the car. I thought he died, honestly.
You finally decided to show up. Let's see if we can bust these rust buckets like last time.
Think we can do it?
We'll get them. With this many troops on our side, we don't even need Shulk's help.
You're telling me you're more worried about the kid's schedule? Kinda soft for you, Atharan.
Shut up! Get moving!
Is that the guy from the beginning who was yelling at Ryan? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Division 4, defend the barrier. Division 6, assist any wounded Homs.
He has definitely wanted to be a general his whole life.
But they got some pretty nifty gear.
Pretty nifty.
He'll get his head knocked off at this rate. Ha!
Keep it up! Show everyone the power of the Dropon! Go, Dropon, go! Fight like
It appears we have gained the upper hand.
Sire, if we hold our current position, a great victory is within our grasp.
It is still too early to come to that conclusion. The enemy still has hidden forces.
Your Highness, enemy reinforcements approaching from above. It's a face squadron.
This looks like Star Fox's soul. I wasn't even thinking about the flying ships and the Mechon. I was looking at the landscape, and I was like, this looks like a Star Fox assault level.
Divisions 1 to 3 continue supporting the Homs and encircle the faces.
Your Highness, think of yourself.
Once the Vanguard has been eliminated, we must join the fight. Better that than die as cowards. Move!
This game is exploiting my one weakness. I love minor side characters. Me too. And this game has that in spades.
Who hasn't had a taste yet? Eat this! Should have stayed at home, lousy junk bots.
They're doing rather well. I do so enjoy a good show.
Hi, eugenicist lady.
But they have yet to unleash their power and fulfill their true potential.
Deadbeat drones! Come out and face us like real machines! I'll sort out the lot of you, scum!
Okay. No story events here. Just a quick update. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. There's a marker right here. What's waiting for us? Mykonos capital, Igniritha. Now, there's no way I've been here. I think. Residential District 1. Okay. It's doing the thing again. It's like, here's the thing. Oh, you walk 3 feet and there's another cutscene.
So this is the Mykonos capital.
Seems pretty barren. Is there anyone here?
Yes. Agniratha.
Like, what was the fate of the Machina, like, as a whole? Like, is the hidden Machina village hidden because they aren't following, like, Egil? And the majority of the Machina are? Or is that, like, all the Machina in the village? Like, does no one live in this capital?
The heart of the Machina civilization.
Okay. I don't see anyone.
It looks so desolate. Like there are no signs of anyone living here.
It truly is a soulless city.
Here, bad place. Ricky want to go.
Ricky want to go.
So the Machina built this whole city. Not too shabby.
It looks like the buildings have been here for a very long time.
Look, Shulk. Dino Beast. Dino Beast eats city.
That's what that is. Okay. I was like, it panned to a completely gray, like, corpse of a creature on the ground. Why was that so hard to get out? And I wasn't sure what that was. That's a Telethia.
A Dino Beast? Here?
You just called it a Dino Beast.
But how?
It is a Telethia.
Yeah. Just in case the player forgot in the, 50 hours since we saw a Telethia, that Dino Beast and Telethia are synonyms.
It looks like it's stone. Why would there be a Telethia in a place like this?
Are they what wiped them out?
The fossilized Telethia are what remain of the beasts that attacked the capital in the ancient battle.
So Zanza did this.
Why did the Telethia attack your city? Wasn't the ancient battle only between the Bionis and the Mechonis themselves?
The answer to your question can be found in that tower, the data center. It is better that you see with your own eyes. Only then will you truly understand what happened between the Bionis and the Mechonis.
Okay. The stream disconnected. When did that happen? I'm gonna have to stitch together 3 different clips. That's fine. Okay, give me a second. Are we back? I'm not getting any frame drops. Like, that wasn't... There was no omen for that. Nothing foreshadowed that. It just said no. And now we're just back and seemingly fully stable. I mean, this seems like a good place to stop anyway. I was considering it, but then I look over and it's like, nope, no stream. Heard about a data center. Okay, the last thing that happened, you basically got the whole cutscene. They were talking about what truly happened between the Bionis and the Mechonis, and Vanea told us that we had to head to the data center in the center here in the capital, and only there will we learn what truly happened all those millennia ago. So we know that Telethia attacked and wiped out the city, and my guess is that this did happen on Zanza's orders, but we don't know the circumstances behind that. Nor do we truly know that it was Zanza, but Central Tower. Why are there a billion exclamation points there? Are we gonna find people inside? Oh, those are like computers that we're gonna pick them up from. Okay. I think, however, that this is a pretty good place to stop. Because clearly I intended to pan the camera up the tower. Instead, we're looking at Shulk's chest from below. We're back and now we're not. Did we disconnect again? Oh, now we're not, as in I'm gonna stop. Yeah, I think this is a good stopping point. Clearly, we're about to embark on a very large, important story thing. Shulk, pathetic. So yeah, anyway, sorry about all the tech issues. I have really no explanation. My router never, like, disconnected. My internet didn't go out. It just said, no. And then here it said, no, at like, a complete right angle cliff. Like, at least beforehand, it was preceded by, you know, frame drops that foreshadowed it. Here it just said, which could happen any second. If it happens, say, in the middle of this sentence, I'm not coming back. But thank you, pals, for joining me. We will hopefully continue Xenoblade Chronicles on Monday, but I can't promise that. Of course, things are hectic. Life doesn't enjoy me right now, particularly in the school department. So next time on Xenoblade Chronicles, we're gonna zoom up this data center, and ideally we'll find out what happened all those years ago, which is something that I have not been spoiled on, thankfully. And this is a game where the nature of the spoilers that I already know are like that I know the final boss and I know some characters that you fight toward the end, but I have no idea what the connection between point A and point B is. So like I know spoilers, but I don't know why they are the way they are. It's like if you were told Spider-Man dies and you have no idea who Spider-Man is, or like what could possibly lead to that, like, you know, those kind of spoilers. Ones that are basically meaningless because there is still a journey to get there to experience. It's not like you were told every story beat. Anyway, that's a long-winded way of saying I'm curious to see what happens next stream. I'm very interested in what really happened, because I have no idea. I really don't. Spider-Man dies in Xenoblade. Thanks, Cam. Good night, everyone. Hopefully I'll see you on Monday if we stream then. If not, keep an eye on Twitter and Discord. I'll tell you. More Xenoblade and important Xenoblade next time. See you pals then.